Welcome back to another review, and this one is on the LNGU Honeytails. The LNGU stands for, from what I was able to find, was Little Needs Grown Ups is what it stands for, from the research I've done. And as my previous video, they are a French company from what I was able to find out. So, about these specific ones, this is what the packaging looks like. This is the front of the package. This is this side, which has the word side on it. Here's the front. Here's the other side. The bottom looks like that. Which, interesting enough, the bottom right here does have an expiration date. So, it says these ones expire in 10/18/2027. Which I'm not sure the whole entire expiration date on diapers, but I know over time, depending on materials that's used, can deteriorate over time. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. Here's the front. And here's the back of it. I'm going to read off what it says on their site. It says, free shipping from 4 packs or 1 case. These ones are a pack of 10 cute, honey-loving fox and teddy bear positionally printed diapers. The design on the front, the 2 young best friends, fox and teddy bear, show their little faces, while on the back they happily eat honey inspired by some of the best known baby diaper brands. Thick, soft, and fluffy. Cloth-like backing. 4 green hook and loop tabs. Which the tabs, only this little piece right here is green on the tabs, to let you know on that. It's 7,000 ml. Yes, of absorption with wetness indicator. If you look at this yellow line going down, that's the wetness indicator. And patterns that disappear when wet, day and night protection. It's pretty much, if you look at all of those patterns next to the wetness indicator, it's those specific ones. The sizing. Medium is 70 to 100 centimeters. It's 27 to 40 inches. Large. Sorry about that. Large is 100 to 130 centimeters. That's 40 to 50 inches. extra large is 120 to 170 centimeters. That's 45 to 62 inches. Then if you go to the website, all the models in the images are wearing medium size. That's the sizing on that. The LNGU Honeytails pack of 10 is $37.99. 4-pack case is $140. An 8-pack case is $270 price range, like US dollars. And I got these on their US site. So here's the rest of the details that's not on their site because they don't list all the details like some other brands do. I'll do my best. Okay, this is the front. It's a hook and a loop because the tabs are like the hook and loop instead of the tape version. So that's what it looks like with the hook and loop on there. It has a front and back elastic waistband. This is what the full front panel looks like. Has little bees right there, a sun, a cloud on this side right there, some mushrooms down here. Okay. Then here is what the back panel looks like. As you can see, the logo's right there, some mushrooms, and some bees, and the full-on print. If you look at it, it has this design that goes in between your legs, all the way to the rear, on both sides. And if you look close enough, that's the pattern right there. Right here for the legs, the 2 legs that have high standing leaf guards. This one, the inner core part, the absorption core, is green. It may not look green on camera, but it's green. Then like pretty much the back, this is the front. Hold it, it sits like this. That means where, if you look where the legs are right here, the colored core part right here goes up further on the back than the front. It's from what I have noticed with that. So that's those specific details of it. Let me reach this back up for a second. So that's what the Honeytails looks like. Now we'll get on to the next part of the review, my experience with them. Yeah, my experience. It was an experience. With the hook and loop tapes, because I tested it yesterday, have a clean one on today, and I tried to go almost 24 hours to max it out to see how much it can hold. The hook and loop tapes, I had an issue, user error, had an issue with the bottom tape on the right side, part of it not staying down. It was a user error how I put it on, so this is what it's, I will show exactly what it's doing with the best I can, keeping it still safe for work. On right here, it folds in this way, the panel, so I had to put the tape over. That's part is what I had to readjust and do that on both sides. It folds in like that. And what I have noticed, part of the issue, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but when you look at the back panel and the front panel, here's the back, here's the front. You can see the size difference. Front panel is a lot shorter in height with the way they have it shaped. So trying to tape it based on that was a little different. Had to pretty much, if I can show, this is how I had to tape it. Put this one here, and this one down this way is how I had to do that hook and loop taping on that to be able to have it sitting comfortably. So, the other issue is because this panel is shorter, it tends to, when I'm sitting down, the bottom part tends to tuck itself inwards like this. This part right through here, as you can see, the panel, this part ends up the bottom. When it goes over, it tends to tuck under, which it's not an uncomfortable thing or feeling, but it's something that I notice does happen. With the back, yeah, the back waistband tends to, because where it sits above the waist on the back, but because of my body shape, it doesn't want to stay up. The back part, this part right here, tends to fold down this way, or sometimes it folds down like this, or just crumples down like that. So that's what happens there. From my experience, it's still comfortable. I don't have major issues with that So the next part is the wetness indicator works very well. Very, very well. Because from what I have noticed, with the wetness indicator working very well, what has happened, because when I did my weddings, it was about the third wedding, the wetness indicator was used. It turns from a yellow color to kind of like this grayish color. Yeah, it goes from yellow to like a weird grayish, bluish tint. So, and I noticed some of the cute designs that says it fades. Some of them faded, some of them didn't. And I like a good wetness indicator that fades because it helps more with that experience of wearing the ABDL diapers. And the first wedding, the diapers, the specific one, felt really soft. After the first wedding, it just felt really soft. I did 5 weddings altogether from when I first started to first morning tea. The first wedding, the diaper felt soft. The second wedding, it felt good. The third wedding, I can feel by the third wedding it's starting to get wet. The fourth wedding, I could really tell it needed to be changed. I stuck in there to do full experience. The fifth wedding. Okay. If you're a flutter, that means you don't do like short bursts or let a little bit out, let it absorb. I mean an actual flutter where you just go. The fifth wedding, it pooled, and it really pooled towards the butt. That means it did not absorb well. It just sat there, and I had to sit in the position, like squatting position, wait for it to absorb, and it took more than 30 seconds, almost like a full minute or a minute and a half or so, just to absorb up the butt area of the diaper. I couldn't get it to go more towards the front. There was a lot in the front that didn't get used above the wetness, like that inner core, I should say. And when it comes to the back, I couldn't get it to go up high enough where that colored core is. It was about like an inch or so that didn't get used. So I suggest try different positions to try to maximize the use. But if you are a flutter, just remember to be in the right position. Remember to go by your feeling of how the diaper feels to be changed. And I do not suggest going past the wetness indicator. When that thing's activated, you can probably do maybe 1 wedding after that, and I wouldn't push it because my experience with it pooling, once that wetness indicator is used, change immediately from my experience with this one. Okay. From my experience with my 5 points, is it discreet? Yes and no. The fuller it got, the more it started sagging towards the butt area. But if you're wearing stuff like skirts and dresses, it's discreet. And if you're wearing stuff like shortalls or overalls that are so wear clothing for your absorption. So if you have the right clothing, it can still be a little more discreet. So it depends on like if you're male or female, prince or princess is out there, depending on what you wear, it's discreet or not discreet. So I'm going to show what it looks like while wearing. And this one I'm wearing is unused. I haven't wetted in it, so this is what it looks like. Okay, this is the front. Here's the side. Here's the back. And here's this side. It goes down right to here in the back. So if you're wondering how far down it goes down to here. Compared to the rest of my skirt all. So that's what it looks like under clothing. Is it crinkly? The only part that really crinkled was the side panels where the hook and loop meet. It's like right here. Right through here. The sides right through here. That's the most of the crinkle you're gonna get if you're into crinkly. This one isn't as crinkly as some of the like plastic backed ones compared to this cloth backed one. Another point, it's not for everyone. It doesn't happen for everyone. But does it turn you on? From my experience with my body and just for me in general, it's non-sexual, so it didn't really turn me on, but it can in the right circumstances. Well, I'm not saying it did or didn't for those who are into that, but it didn't for me. But for those who are into it, it can. The squish. Those who are into the squishiness of a wet diaper or a wet diaper. It was really squishy. Especially at fifth wetting after it finally absorbed. It was, yeah, extremely squishy. But the wetting before that, it was a nice squish. Not overly done. Not where it's going to leak. So it was good. The comfortableness of it, because I have autism and I have sensitive skin, so too much pressure on my skin leaves like reddish pink, like coloring in those spots, and overall just skin sensitivity. It was comfortable to walk in, because yesterday I wore it with a onesie. It was comfortable. I didn't have any issues there. The most of what I could feel is just sitting down and a little bit of that bulkiness in between the legs. Like most babies, that's all I mostly felt. And as I wet, it became more comfortable as I wet in it. Until that last wetting. And anything else? Yeah, around the legs is really comfortable. It's not too tight, not too loose. So I'm really happy with this one. I just wish was able to get a more successful 5th wedding out of it. Because my weddings were like, the first one was like a smaller, the second one was kind of like a medium-ish, the 3rd wedding was like a bigger wedding because I've been drinking more water lately for my health and whatnot. And that 3rd wedding was a big one, and the 4th one was like another big one. So I got 4 like successful weddings out of it. But don't go past the wetness indicator. Then the 5th wedding was a full morning bladder full, which wasn't a successful 5th one. But as each wedding happened, it felt comfortable from the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Then the 4th wasn't like, not leaking, but more moisture territory. So just keep that in mind for your comfort and when to change. So this one, compared to all the other ones for my reviews, this one specifically I would change earlier on in the day when you've done more weddings. Just keep in mind of that wetness indicator and change then. Even if you can do another wedding, I suggest just change then get on with your day. And all you littles and babies will be much happier out there. This is coming from my personal experience with this. So, yeah. Other than that, if you want this specific one, I'll put a link below where you can get it. Just be aware, as of this video right now, since I have purchased these ones, they were out of stock. I got the last one on their website in the size medium, and all their other sizes currently are all sold out. Even on, there's another site, Myinnerbaby, doesn't have the medium in stock. It was like one of their sizes is still in stock on their site. So just be aware of that. If you're wanting it, keep checking back until they're restocked. So as of this video's posting, they're sold out on their website. And on Myinnerbaby, there's only, I think, like one size left. I don't know how many is currently available, but keep checking back if you're interested in this one. So, until my next video, please comment and rate and subscribe. And until then, boop, boop.